Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today it's going to be this birthday tarot reading that it's uploaded today, but it's dedicated to my twin birthday, to the boys Jujeon. January 15, it's his birthday and mine. So to celebrate him today, I'm going to dedicate this reading for him. So let's talk a bit about Jujo's energy. He is, of course, he's a Capricorn with um, a moon in Leo. This is what makes him actually be a perfect. I wouldn't say only visual. I would say that he definitely is a sort of center in the group. But well, actually, all the boys members actually are all really handsome. But there's something about Jujon that it's very Leo. It's very refreshing to see actually, because he does have traits of Capricorn. You know that um, we Capricorn people. I mean, sometimes we are not that funny or that amusing, or at least it's not easy to understand our humor, or maybe our capacity to understand humor. But what makes Jujon so interesting is that he definitely looks like a funny guy. There's something about the way he smiles. There's something about um, the way he just goes along with what the group wants out of him. So um, he's someone that you can see like his inner child every time he smiles. I know that, for example, when he is in a concept, when he is um, in a um, dancing, or in a performance, sometimes he does look serious and a bit intimidating. But when you see him like interact in regular interviews, or when they are recording content for their channel, he is actually very down to earth, and he is so relatable, and he's so funny without even trying. So I think that we can actually attribute this to this moon in Leo of his, that he has this sort of very innocent, childlike shine. He definitely shines. He doesn't only shine because he's handsome, he's also shines because he has this sort of, he's a bit pure. He has a sense of naivety about him, which is adorable. Um, and at the same time, I noticed that, for example, in his performances, he tends to get people's attention a lot. It's hard to miss Jujon. And I think that it also has to do with the moon in Leo, but also has to do with his Capricorn energy. Um, I know that there was all people from other fandoms that I guess that they weren't really happy with Jujon getting Artist of the Month in Studio Chum. So they were referring to him as the uh, serious guy, or no smile guy, like the serious guy, or the guy that doesn't smile, something like that, to be a bit condescending to him and his talent, and the reason why he had chosen to be artist of the month. So even though that was very necessary to do, to call him names, or to put those sort of labels on him, sort of um like meaning that he has zero stage presence, and his charm is just to look at the camera and be serious, I don't know. um but actually he does have a presence, he does have a stage presence, he does have this sort of leadership. So I do like Jujo's vibe a lot, and even though he's not my bias, Um, we have to acknowledge beauty and talent when we see it, and he has both. So and then he's an amazing dancer, and there's something about very artistic about him. I think that he could potentially be a really good actor as well, especially in the ones that require a lot of theatrical kind of I'm sorry guys, um like theatrical kind of like attributes. This is why in Road to Kingdom they did such a well job. Actually, I think that um, the Boyz is theatrical in some sense. Their performances are wow, and their outfits are like wow. So I'm going to stop ranting, and I'm going to go ahead and just start with the reading. So I'm sorry, guys, for the ranting. It's just that I'm having like a bit of a trouble with my throat, so I'm trying to speak so I can soften it. Getting older is not easy. The 37 years old in me is not, it has its peculiarities. So let's start with the cards that Jujun got. He got the Three of Cups, the Chariot, the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the King of Wands. So, and then from the Oracle of the Seven Energies, he got the card of Let It Go. So, definitely, these are amazing cards. Just starting off with the Three of Cups, definitely he's going to start this year celebrating himself, celebrating others, working as community, as a group with his people. I think that he is definitely going to have this sort of opportunity to celebrate. He's going to celebrate himself and he's going to celebrate others. And also, I think that the group is going to also be very successful this year as well, because I see him like moving forward, feeling really proud of himself, um, and also very eager to show much more of himself. But I think that definitely there's something about him, like he really is the kind of person that he really is thankful to the group. He's thankful to his family. He's thankful to all the group of people that were supportive of him and that were there for him and that worked with him and were present in his life. He is the sort of person that he doesn't consider himself successful unless the whole group is successful or unless his loved ones are successful or happy. I think that he is the kind of person that for him to be all right, he needs to see others triumph as well. He needs to see others succeed as well. He's not a one person show, and I think that this is something that sometimes he can feel a bit guilty, because I definitely see that he does stand out a lot, and that probably whenever he gets like a solo project or a solo opportunity or activity, he does feel a bit guilty, because he is this sort of person that he is a team person. He loves teamwork. He loves to put the effort with others. So for him to actually be chosen to do activities by himself, he actually feels a bit weird about it. I think that he's still not in this state in his life where he feels confident enough to be like, okay, yes, here I go. I'm going to do this on my own. I think he still needs the support of others. But from what I can see here, and I also say this because I know that I can see that with all his placements, astrological placements, and the cards that he always gets, I I'm able to see and perceive that Jujun is someone that he's going to have a lot of success with the group, but at the same time, he's going to have a lot of success on his own. I see a lot of people interested in him individually. I see a lot of important people like choosing him, pointing at him. So, and I think that for him, it's not easy. I see that he feels really happy because he sees that the others are happy for him, but sometimes he feels like it's not fair. That he would want this opportunity for all of them equally because this is who he is. He's not selfish. This is why I think that it's his moon in Leo. Actually, I think that is sort of pushing him to be the center of attention. And I can see him with this very humble nature, modest nature, and be like, no, I don't want to be the center of attention if the others cannot have their moment as well. He has Mars. I know he has Mars in Aquarius. So he is this person that he thinks about the group's uh, protagonism first. But his moon in Leo is always going to push him one step further to individualism. So this doesn't mean that he's going to like get a record or a soloist project singing. But I think that he will get opportunities of showing up in um like in shows or variety shows or interviews or even acting. I can see definitely Jujun being the face of a lot of products as well. So because I see him like he's already moving forward because there's something that is he has to study also. He has to study details. I see two very influential people, a female and a male that they are very interested in Jujun. So I don't know what they have in mind for Jujun, but I know that they want him on their project or they want him on their team. These are people that are very influential. They definitely have the resources, and they want to train Jujun. Probably they are already like placing a sort of request or a sort of project to his company so they can review it and see if it fits the company's and Jujun's um, um, if they are okay with that. Um, I definitely see him like moving forward towards more personal projects. But yes, I feel like he is the sort of person that he will even ask the members how they feel about it. Because I sense that he is very attached to the members. He's very attached to what they think of him. And they are very supportive actually of him. This is why he always returns to them, because for him what they think is important, and they also see it as an opportunity to yes to make them to give also to keep the boys name or the boys brand relevant. And they also sometimes feel a bit like I know that I'm not reading for the rest, but I sense this sort of like when I read for Jujon I cannot help to read for the others as well because he's so connected like it seems like he's carrying the rest into the reading that is supposed to be his. Um and and it seems like they also feel a bit sad for Jujun because it seems like he always has something to do or he has to study something or he has to do extra work or rehearse. So definitely they do feel like yes, it's great that he has these opportunities, but at the same time they're like, oh, we're sorry that, I don't know, we're having a comeback and you also have to practice for other things. So they definitely worry for him as well. They worry that he doesn't get too tired or too worried about getting things right and getting the best results. But yes, definitely I see these two people. And one thing that I want to say as well, because when I saw these two people here, I was like, oh my God, are these two people like um interested in Jujun in a personal way? I thought that it was love related, but then I was like, no, this is about work. This is about project. But seeing this king and this queen here and seeing how they are looking at Jujun's way, I think that definitely Jujun is the kind of male, is the kind of person that he attracts. Um, he is attractive to females and males as well. He has this sort of charm. Um, and probably I don't know if these people that are interested in him are are a couple because they come together, or if one of them is interested in the other and the other doesn't know it, because I sense a bit of jealousy, a bit of rivalry when it comes to Jujeon, because I think that probably the female is going to be very is going to give Jujun a lot of compliments, and probably they're going to say a lot of good things and even flirt a little. So I think that probably this person that is of the opposite sex is going to be like, oh, I don't like this guy. But I sense a bit of like I don't like this because yes, Jujun is very attractive, and I sense that the female here is going to be like very happy to see him, like very excited to get to know him or to get close to him. Of course, that nothing is going to happen because this is going to be like meetings or reunions um to actually talk about work, but definitely there's a sense of all eyes on Chujon. There's a sense of and also it's sort of flattering at the same time that he has all these people admiring his looks or his personality, because I sense that since these people are represented by a queen and a king, I have the feeling that these people are also very experienced in the industry. So for them to actually be impressed by Jujon's looks or personality, I think that is a huge compliment because I actually see like the age difference between Jujon that is represented by this page of pentacles and this queen and king here. They definitely have seen pretty faces before. They are used to be surrounded by beautiful and talented people. But there's something about Jujeon, and also I think that it has to do with Jujeon being a bit naive. And I mentioned this at the beginning when I talked about how I perceived his nature. And I think that here it's represented very well because I see him here in this coming here in this page of pentacles here, and you see that while he has this king and this queen looking at him or at his direction, you see him like totally immersed in looking at this pentacle he holds. If you can see clearly the card in the middle, that is the page of pentacles, you can see like a young person like looking at the coin, at the pentacle, and is totally immersed in watching and studying the pentacle. So I think that it represents Chuchon's energy, in the sense that in comparison to these people status, he definitely is not so much experienced, and he could be a bit more innocent at the same time. But this doesn't mean that he's not well prepared. Actually, this means that he's very focused on giving his best because he knows that these people are very important, are very important people. So he definitely is going to be very focused on giving his best, on studying, on taking his time to give the best results. He's going to be very focused, very responsible, very studious, and yes, very professional. So yes, this is going to be a great year, a year of a lot of advances for Jujun. And then yes, the card of the seven energies, the cards of let it go. I think they definitely is talking about what I mentioned in the beginning. I think that there's something about Jujun's potential that it still hasn't been able to be like totally like unleashed, because he does have to let go of something. And I think that he has to let go of the fear of him not wanting, him thinking that him by himself is no one. It seems like his personality or his value as an artist is very attached to the group's identity. So for him to be without the members, or for him to present himself as Jujeon, um, Jujeon from the Boyz, of course, but Jujeon, for him is a bit overwhelming, and he needs to let go of the fear, because he does have the potential of being a star, and of being the center of attention, and of being in the spotlight by himself. He definitely has the potential. He's one of the reasons. He's one of the many members that uh, gets the audience to get into the voice material, or get into the fandom. He is like this person that makes a huge, great first impression on someone, that he is this sort of like reason why then you dive in so hard into the group, because you are curious about him, you want to know more about him. um but somehow he has a bit of struggles trusting himself, being by himself, and he also has a lot of potential. It's not only his moon in Leo that is going to push him to be always the center of attention, even more than a Leo person themselves, because we have a Leo person, um, we have Jonghoon. Jonghoon is a Leo, um, and Jonghoon, of course, that he's always very praised. Of course, he acts as well. He's an actor. But in the case of Jujun, Jujun has also the possibility to be a leader of himself. He does have a great work ethic. He's someone that he's very reliable. He's someone that he's this sort of rock, that he's not. It seems like it doesn't matter how much nervous he is, or how much anxious he feels. He's someone that, with that Capricorn signature poker face, he can disguise that, and he can continue with his work, even though probably he's dying inside of anxiety. So this is one of the many traits why he is so good to be this artist that he is today. So he shouldn't be worried. He should let go of the fear of, if the other members are not around, I feel lost, or I feel like I'm missing something, because he has everything that it takes inside of him, and he must embrace his power, because he's very powerful. His image is very powerful. He's very magnetic, and he is like one of the aces of the group, because when I say this, I'm just I am a fan of the group, but I'm not that huge fan. So, but at the same time, I'm not that like, I haven't been in the fandom that long, but what I'm able to catch from the boys is that, in my case, I have a bias record, but at the same time, if I have to be honest, I feel like I cannot choose between whenever I talk about the boys, I cannot help but to want to mention all of them as equally, because I feel like each one of them makes the group amazing. Like I cannot just point one of them. For example, now I'm talking about Jujun. Um, but I cannot leave out my perception that they are all equally important in the group. That there's no one less or um, that doesn't contribute that much. They all have a huge influence in why they are where they are, who they are, and they are at the state of the popularity that they have. So this is why, and I'm going to be honest, this doesn't happen to me that often because um, there are groups that you definitely know or notice that there are people that maybe their influence is, I wouldn't say they carry the group, but their influence is so strong that they are able to lift the group up in moments of necessity. But when it comes to the boys, I cannot say that there's an ace. They're all aces in their differences. They're all aces, and I think that this is why for Jujun is so hard to consider himself without the other members, or consider him successful or popular without the help of the members. He feels like a huge gratitude to them. He feels like he is who he is thanks to the others. So, this is why I'm talking about the group because he does bring me these feelings. So, yes, guys, this is all I have for him. I hope it made sense. So, I'm going to enjoy my birthday tomorrow, that it's in a few hours. So, and I wish you that you have a great weekend. And of course, wait because on Sunday I'm going to do a reading, of course, for the birthday girl for Blackpink's Jennie. I don't forget about her. And then I also going to do an update tarot reading for Taemin because I know that the fans are worried, but I wanted to wait a little bit to read for him. I don't want to do it just now. So yes, guys, I'm going to take a day to enjoy my special day as well. So happy birthday to Chujon. And yes, let's cheer for him, let's cheer for the boys, and let's wish them well. So yes, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.